Okay, so hey guys, again. Ooh, Lord, I don't know where that came from. I was at the stretch out of nowhere. Sorry, I was watching a movie. You feel me? Got a little comfortable. Anyway, um, so like I said, every week, every Tuesday at least, I'm gonna be doing rant videos. If you missed one last week, it's still on my page. You just gotta scroll. You can scroll to my IGTV side. I was about to say you gotta do a lot of scrolling, but you just scroll to my IGTV side. That's over there. But so today, on the day of June 2nd, 2020, 2020 year, I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be talking about a lot of things going on right now. A lot of different aspects of things going on right now, and my popular and some unpopular opinions on certain aspects of the things going on in the U.S. I don't know about everybody everywhere else, but I know it's getting real crazy in the U.S. right now. So yeah, topic number one is I feel like I should say. Well, before I even get into all this, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't got time. So, um, just because we say Black Lives Matter doesn't mean everybody else's life doesn't matter. It does not mean that at all. And you all know that. Y'all have common sense. But for some reason, some of you choose to say that just because we say Black Lives Matter means that other lives don't matter. So I'm gonna keep saying it, probably. But yeah, so yeah, that. And then first thing that I'm gonna talk about is with all this protesting and things of that nature going on, um, for you feel me, the lives of black men and black women and black people in general, and with us getting murdered in the streets and whatnot, and everyone fighting for black rights and black lives, etc., etc. I want it to be made clear that if you're out protesting for Black Lives Matter and you're not also encasing black gay lives, black lesbian lives, black trans lives, black non-binary lives, just black LGBTQ plus members into your black rights protest, then it's null and void in my opinion. And personally, I feel like you can't protest for black rights, black human rights, etc., etc., but not include us. And I say us because I am bisexual, so I am a black member of the LGBTQ plus community. So I I very strongly feel as if you're gonna fight for black lives, period, you should fight for black lives, period, not just black cisgender heterosexual lives, but black lives as a whole, as an entirety, as a group, not just we're gonna fight for the straight black people over here, but y'all gotta do your own thing because we don't agree with that. Like, no, that's no. So that's how I feel about that because homophobia is a very prevalent thing in the black community, and it's one of those things that gets swept under the rug until it gets brought up, and people don't. And sometimes people don't like for it to be brought up, but because this is the subject that I'm talking about, this Black Lives Matter protest and these things going on, I feel as though it needs and has to be talked about because, like I said, you can't fight for one without fighting for the other. If you do, it's just wrong, point blank, period. And like I told my boyfriend, that's why I've had to unfollow so many pro-black pages, because there's a lot of pro-black pages that will say that they're for the people and they're for us and this, that, and the third, but then turn around and say the most homophobic, offensive things, the most homophobic, closed-minded, offensive things like on the planet. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you for us but not for a whole portion of us? That doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, I feel like that needs to be said. And if you have a problem with it, then you need to check yourself, because you have an issue. I said what I said. If you don't like it, that's unfortunate. But yeah. And then the next thing I want to say is also, my boyfriend asked me earlier how it makes me feel, how people being silent makes me feel, specifically our people that are being silent. And I told him, I said, to be honest, I don't feel the way I type about it, because I can't make you feel a certain way. I can only do so much to try to make you care. And even if we you do decide to post something or show up to a protest, it's not genuine, because you felt the need, you felt forced to go. You didn't want to go because you want to fight for your people. You just felt the need to go because, well, dang, I don't want to get frowned upon because I didn't go, type of thing, or because I didn't post anything, or because I didn't say anything. So if you're silent and or just saying things so that you don't get called out or whatever, keep it to yourself. And then also, if you don't genuinely care, keep it to yourself, point blank period. And then the way I told him I felt was, like I said, I frankly don't have an opinion about those of us that aren't saying anything or that are disagreeing with the protest, because, like I told him, I just feel like, do what you want to do, you're going to do it anyway, but don't come crying to us to help you when it happens to you or your brother or your sister or your daughter or your mother. Don't come crying to us being like, oh snap, Black lives really do matter. Face that. It's like, duh, that's why we were protesting when you were telling us we were on some bullshit, and you were telling us that we look stupid and this, that, and the third. Now you want to stand. Now you want to help. Tough. Shouldn't have waited till it was too late. So that's how I feel about that. That's probably the wrong thought process to have about that, but fortunately, that's where I'm at right now. As of June 2nd, 2020, that's where I'm at. So yeah. And then when it comes to the looting and the quote unquote riots, the way I feel about my opinion on those is that, like this post that I saw said, Black people have every right to tear down the country that they built for free. That's how I feel about that on one end. And the other end is, if you look at most of the videos, news outlets, etc., that show the riots and the looting, etc., what you see is white people, or at least from what I've seen, is white people breaking the windows and doing the the initializing. Is that a word? Initiating. Look, I don't know why this word is not coming to me right now, but what you'll see is white people being the catalyst for looting, pretty much. You'll see the white people busting the windows, breaking the cars, and instigating police, pretty much. and instigating and instigating police, pretty much. And so what's unfortunate is the white people will instigate these things and be the catalyst for these things and initiate these things, but the camera mostly only gets the Black people going in after the white people, and the Black people going in and taking what's in there, or the Black people jumping and getting rowdy after the white people have initiated whatever friction there is between the police and the Black people. Just like many videos I've seen where I'll see the white people breaking windows and breaking this, that, and the third in the protest and challenging the police and throwing stuff at the police. And then I'll see the organizers, the black organizers of these protests, tell them, stop. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a peaceful protest. Stop throwing things at the police. Stop breaking windows. Don't do that, etc., etc. Yet, because it's supposed to be a Black Lives Matter protest, the outlets and the news are saying that, are making it seem as though we're the ones doing it, and as though we're the ones being rowdy and destructive and etc., etc. So I feel like when it comes to the looting, etc., etc., we're not the ones doing it. Yes, after it starts, we will partake in it, but we are not the ones that started. So pretty much what it is it's like someone threw a punch at us and we're just responding accordingly, sort of. Like someone robbed a bank and is driving down the highway with stolen money, but there's money falling off of the truck. A regular human would pick the money up off the ground. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I would pick the money up off the ground if it's falling off the back of a truck. Don't know about you people. Most of you would also do the same thing. So that's pretty much what's happening with the looting. The white people are doing the initiating, breaking the doors, breaking the windows, throwing things at police. Then stuff gets crazy, it gets popping, and black people respond accordingly. And then once the police start pushing us back, what I've also seen many times is once the police start pushing the crowd back and pushing everyone back, and then they move back to their line, I see the white people start coming back up to the police, agitating the police more, which causes the police to come back to the crowd and push the crowd back even more because they think the crowd's being rowdy when it's really just the white people that are agitating the police. So that's how I feel about that. If you disagree, cool, I guess. But yeah, and if you disagree, we can civilly disagree in the comments if you would like to. So yeah, that's that. Then I don't really think I have any other opinions on anything. Oh, for the people that feel as though white people have no space in this protest, I'm not gonna say I don't like white people, but I don't have the best bias towards them, if that makes sense. Like, I don't not like them, but I also don't have the best attitude initially when talking to them. And I will admit that. But for the ones who are just like, no, white people shouldn't be in our protest. This is for us, by us. They shouldn't be participating in our protest anyway. Why are they here? They're the ones doing it, blah, blah, blah. All white people are bad. For those of you that feel like that, you're wrong. Yeah. Yep, that's what I said. You're wrong. And I feel like that because not all white people are bad, just like not all police are bad. And not all white people that have Confederate flags are bad. Unpopular opinion that I can back up by factual information because I'm from Kentucky. I have many friends that have Confederate flags or have waved Confederate flags that are not racist by any means, because not everyone who waves a Confederate flag does it because they agree with slavery. Some of them wave it, unfortunately, because it's a Southern pride thing, and they believe that the Confederate flag is a means of Southern pride, the same way the American flag is a way to communicate patriotism for America. They believe it's like patriotism for the South. So not everyone that waves that flag is racist, just like not every white person is bad and trying to kill your son, and not every cop is going to shoot your child in the face for breathing. So those of y'all that feel like that about white people and about cops, I feel like you have the wrong outlook, because at the end of the day, who are you going to call if someone breaks into your house? The cops. Who are you gonna call if you get shot by someone that's not the police? You're gonna call the police. Who are you gonna call if you get stabbed or your child gets lost or kidnapped? You're calling the police. So I feel like if you feel that way about all police, then don't use the police. Don't use 911. Point blank period. That's how I feel about that. And some of you are gonna be like, but that's different. It's not, because you say fuck 12, fuck the police, and that the police can die, and you're trying to shoot police for no reason, but you need them. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. And then for those of you who say fuck white people and that white people have no place in this protest, we cannot produce the change that we would like to without white people. Keep it a buck with you. I don't care how you feel about it. Unfortunately, we do not have the manpower, firepower, or money to, well, we might have the money to get this job done the way we would like for it to get done without white people. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's the truth. So, they need to be with us and be united with us and agree with us for us to produce the change we would like to see happen when it comes to our people in this country. So, that's how I feel about that. And what I'm going to end on is, when it comes to things that you would like in your community, we need as a people to start learning where our black businesses are, our black business owners, etc., and start spending money mostly with them and their companies and their businesses, etc., without asking for discounts. Keyword without. Because if you would not ask for a discount at Nike, why are you asking for a discount at Cupcakes by Mona? Why are you asking for, if you wouldn't ask for a discount at Gucci or Versace or, I don't know, Balmain, why are you asking for a discount at Vanity's Gifts? Why are you asking for a good discount at Good Stewart Apparel? Why are you asking for a good discount with Cam and Point blank period. That's just how I feel about that. Or Nate Creations, etc., Yes, I'm plugging in friends I know that have black businesses, so I will also tag them. But anyway, yeah. So that's just that. And also, yeah. Oh, and then like I said, to see the change in your communities, know your council members, know your city council members, state senators, etc., and write them, email them, call them like they're your best friend, and tell them what you want. If you have an issue, call them, text them, email them multiple times, complaining about what you want, like you're complaining to your girlfriend or your homeboy about some dude getting on your nerves or some female getting on your nerves. Talk to them like they're your friends. They may not talk to you the same way, but in order to get what we want in our communities, it's not only just about voting, but it is also about communicating with our city officials, state officials, national officials, etc., because it's not going to happen with just one magical election that's going to change everything. No. Sorry, it's not how this works. So it's little tiny meticulous steps that go into place for changing different things, where you have to voice your opinions, go to your city hall meetings, etc., and voice your concerns, your opinions, things you want, etc. It's tiny meticulous steps to get to a bigger end result. So yes, if you would like to continue this conversation in my DMs in a civil manner, like a grown adult, proceed to my DMs. If you want to have a conversation in the comments, civilly, go ahead, knock yourself out. But, yeah, that's all I have to say. Y'all have a great day. Stay at peace. Stay calm. Don't let what's going on in the world drain you, because it definitely drained me, and I needed a reset day. So if you need to reset, it's okay to reset. Don't feel obligated to be in this 24/7. If you need to reset, it's okay to reset. So yeah, love you guys. Bye.